everyone, and welcome to this 8th edition 40k competitive style battle report. I'm Brady, and today I'm here with my good buddy Ryan.
Hello.
And we're going to be playing Death Guard against Alpha Legion. So let's show you the armies. And here is 2,000 points of Death Guard. So Ryan, tell us what we're working with today.
Alright, so first off we have a battalion of Death Guard. For the HQs we have a Lord of Contagion, just the normal stuff he's got. And then we've got a Demon Prince with wings and claws. And he's got the Suprading Plate Relic, so that's the 2-up, and if you make a save, you do mortal wounds to someone. And he's gonna have Blades of Putrefaction as his psychic power. And then for troops, we have a squad of 20 Poxwalkers, and then a squad of 10 Poxwalkers behind them. And then for our third troops choice, we have 8 Plague Marines. 2 of them have plasma guns, and the sergeant has a plasma gun and a plague sword, and the rest have bolters. For elites, we have right here a Foul Blight Spawn with his juicy Flamer of Doom. For fast attack, we got a Chaos Spawn, so add the points. And then for also fast attack, we have a Fetid Bloat Drone with 2 Plague Spitters. And then lastly, for heavy support, we have a Chaos Predator with the Predator autocannon, 2 las cannons, and a combi bolter. And then we have a super heavy auxiliary detachment. We've got Mortarion, and he's going to know Miasma of Pestilence, Gift of Contagion, and Plague Wind. And then lastly, we have a Supreme Command detachment with a Chaos Sorcerer with a jump pack. He's going to know Death Hex and Warp Time. Then we've got a Herald of Nurgle who knows Fleshy Abundance. And then we got Epidemus.
Epidermis. I hate that guy. So we know too that this isn't a proper model and that one is, but with using the counts as rule, we're going to count them both as what they're supposed to be. The only one that's kind of iffy is the Epidermis one, but we'll allow it for today just because we want to get a good battle report in and stuff. So yeah, this is going to be 2,000 points of Death Guard. And this is 2,000 points of Alpha Legion with Chaos Demons and also Magnus. So we're just going to call it Chaos Soup. So starting off, we have a battalion detachment, which is going to be a Chaos Lord with a Plasma Pistol and Chainsword. A Sorcerer with a Force Sword and Plasma Pistol. He is also going to know Infernal Gaze and Prescience. Then we have 3 units of Cultists, 3 10-man and 1 11-man. Then we also have 4 units of Hellbrutes, all with Twin Las Cannon and Missile Launcher. Then we move on, and still in this detachment, we also have a Helldrake. Moving on, we then have a Chaos Demon detachment, which is led by a Khorne Demon Prince with 2 claws, so the sword is just decoration, and 3 units of 5 Fleshhounds. We are also using some of the rules that were announced for the new Chaos Demon Codex, so you can look forward to that. They get a, it's called the Loci of Khorne, I believe that's how it's pronounced, and as long as the dogs are within 6 inches of the Demon Prince, they get to re-roll their charges, so that should be pretty nifty. Then the final thing in the army, which some of you might be here for, is Magnus. So Magnus is going to be the warlord of this army, and I'm going to take the 6-up Feel No Pain on Magnus. And his spells are going to be Death Hex, Warp Time, and Weaver of Fates. So that's 2,000 points of Chaos Soup. And here's the board we'll be playing on today. We are playing the ITC Champions missions, since those are generally the missions that are used for most tournaments in North America. The mission we're playing is the Nexus Control mission, so there's 4 objectives. Basically, 1 on each of the 4 parts of this Chaos Circle in the middle, which is very fitting since it's 2 Chaos armies that are playing today. So those are where the 4 objectives are, and the bonus for this mission is if you control all 4 objectives, you get a bonus point. If you don't know how to play an ITC mission or how it's supposed to be played, I'll leave a link in the description so you can go check out the ITC missions for yourself. So there's the deployment for the Chaos Soup or Alpha Legion or whatever you want to call it. Magnus is far in the back. There's a huge screen of Fleshhounds for the Demon Prince. There's a huge screen of cultists for all of the Hellbrutes, and we have the Hell Turkey just chilling in the back corner. Then moving on, oh, by the way, we have the triangle spearhead assault, whatever it's called, I forget. But yeah, that's the deployment. You see the dice, that's the shape of the deployment. So here's the Death Guard deployment. We have Mortarion standing out front, being the badass that he is. And then we have a bunch of Poxwalkers protecting the Nurgle Demon Prince. Then we have, where'd you hide Epidermis? I thought he was like hidden back there. Oh, you hid him back here instead. So Epidermis, his actual name is like Epitomus or something. I call him Epidermis. He's hiding back there. We have the floated bloat drone hiding behind the ruins. We have the Predator right behind the Plague Marines. And that is the deployment for Death Guard. The Death Guard did finish deploying by 1 or 2 units, I can't remember, but they did drop first. So they are going to get the +1 to the roll-off to see who goes first. All right, Ryan, let's see who goes first. So it looks like I will end up going first. Well, wait, let me see. This actually, in this type, okay, so let me explain a couple things since I am the guide channel and want to teach you guys. So the reason I deployed the way I did, I put everything as far back as possible, even though part of my army is melee, because the majority of his army has to come towards me. And when it comes to long-range DACA, I definitely have much more than him. So I'm going to whittle him down while he comes close. Then when he gets close enough, that's when the melee stuff will strike. So I know I'm kind of giving up my strategy, but it's pretty like self-explanatory at this point with the way that I deploy my guys. So normally I would put them up closer to the front because most armies I play against are shooty, and then I would try to charge them. But in this case, I'm going against a melee army, and I have more shooting than him, so I'm letting him come close so I can shoot him down or whittle him down a little bit before he gets here. So the reason I might want to go second is because some of my guns were placed in a way assuming I would go second, meaning I'm out of range, and also I kind of want them to get closer before I start doing stuff, but we'll see. Let me take some measurements and we'll be back. All my last cannons are in range of Mortarion there. So, I'm going to declare that I would like to go first. So, Ryan, you can then try to seize the initiative.
Come on, pop an Nurgle.
Awesome. Nope, close. Alright, so that means Chaos Soup or Alpha Legion, turn 1. So the movement phase is done for Chaos, and as you see, I didn't really move anything because I told you guys my strategy already, where I want him to come to me, and also all of my last cannons are still in range of Mortarion over there, so there's no need for me to move. I'm still going to let him come towards me while I shoot the crap out of him. So now that that's done, let's move into our Psychic phase. So first off, we're going to have our Sorcerer, this guy right here. He's going to cast Prescience on that Hellbrute right there. So Prescience is a Warp Charge 7, meaning I need a 7. I get a 5, so it does not go off. He's then going to cast Delightful Agonies on that same Hellbrute, because why not? And it does not go off either. Okay, so now we move over to where it matters. Magnus is going to cast his +1 Invulnerable, so he needs a Warp Charge 6, but because Magnus gets a +2 just because he's Magnus, I need a 4. And it goes off. There's nothing in range to deny me, so Magnus now has his +1 Invulnerable. And that's it. I don't have any other spells to cast because nothing else is in range for Smite, and Magnus doesn't want to move, so he just has his +1 invul, and that's good. So now he's got his defenses up for when I maybe get shot by that Predator over there next turn. We will see. So moving into the shooting phase. So the Hellbrute that I tried to put Prescience on, the closest model to that Hellbrute happens to be Mortarion. So I get to use Fire Frenzy and shoot all my weapons at him twice. How does that make you feel?
Don't do it.
It's happening. So we have 2 twin last cannons and 2 missile launchers being fired at Mortarion. Oops, I need an extra die. So the Hellbrute hits on 3s, and I will re-roll 1s because of the Chaos Lord that's hidden in between all of them. So here we go. I hit on 3s, re-roll 1s. So I re-roll this 1-1, and I have 5 that go through. So Mortarion is toughness 7, correct?
Correct.
So I wound Mortarion then on 3s. Oh! So that's unfortunate. So we have 2 4-up saves because you have a 4-up invulnerable save on that guy. And you make them both. Good job. So far. So far, so good for you. Then, because they're all going to be going into Mortarion anyways, I'm just going to fire all of the other Hellbrutes at the same time. I should have just done all of them at the same time, but whatever. So now with the other Hellbrutes, we have the blue ones are last cannons and the orange ones are missile launchers. This many going into Mortarion. So now we are again going to hit you on 3s and reroll 1s. And then we are going to wound you on 3s. And I probably don't need to, but again, I just really want that guy to die. I'm going to spend another command point to try to get another 3. There we go. So that means he has 6 4-up saves to make.
Oh.
So he fails 4 of them. Would you like to command reroll any of those?
Yes, I will.
So he passes 3 and fails 3. So now you take 3d6. And this is where my 1 command point might have came in play. But I really wanted him, just through volume of fire, I wanted him to fail as many saves as possible. So now we're going to hope that we get 3 6s here. We're hoping for the big ones. Not bad. So we got 9 plus 3, so 12. You have 12 disgustingly resilience. So here we go, 12 disgustingly resilient saves on Mortarion. That's a drop die.
Okay, so
you pass 3 and you take 9. So you're down to 9 wounds left. Mortarion now has 9 wounds left after taking all of those last cannons to the face. Is going to be Chaos Soup, end of turn 1, because nothing else is in range for charging or for shooting. So that's going to be it. But I did accomplish what I set out to accomplish, which was to really hurt Mortarion. He's definitely the scariest thing in this army that I'm up against, so he has to die. So with that said, now we're going into Death Guard turn 1. So that is the end of the movement phase for Death Guard. So as you can see, all of the cultists moved up, they all advanced. The Demon Prince kept in line. I don't know if the Demon Prince had to advance, probably not, because he moves much faster than the cultists. The, whatever that guy's called, is following behind them too. The Spawn making a break for it, trying to get up as fast as possible. Floated bloat drone flies right over this building, lands behind the Buddha trying to protect himself. And then Mortarion flew up and he's wobbly model syndrome on top of Buddha's head right here. And then also, don't know if Ryan mentioned it, but this Chaos Lord is from a different legion, so he's able to take the Dark Hereticus discipline, so he has warp time so he can smack Morty in the ass and tell him to go faster. Then over here, we have the bravest Death Guard guy I've ever seen. Drops down here all by himself out in the front line, staring down a bunch of Khorne flesh hounds and a Demon Prince. And also kind of Magnus. He is brave. He is one brave dude. So now let's go into Death Guard's Psychic phase.
the Chaos Sorcerer. He's going to do warp time.
So where's the Chaos Sorcerer?
This guy back
yeah,
there.
that guy back there.
He's going to warp time Mortarion.
It should go off. So wait, let me do some measuring to see if I'm in denial range. So the dogs are outside of denial range. They're about 30 inches away, so I cannot deny that. Because if you didn't know, Khorne fleshhounds have the brass collar of Khorne, which allows them each to try to deny the witch once. Also, another thing that I failed to mention that I feel like I need to mention right now, I gave up a bunch of points on turn 1 because of the strategy of baiting him to come closer. Because if I would have hopped up on that objective, sure, I would have got a point. But then the unit would just be charged by Mortarion, who, after his movement, is probably going to end up right about here. So that's not very far of a charge distance, and he would have easily killed the squad. So I'm giving up a point in hopes that I can keep most of my army alive long enough that I can then gain points later on in the game. So anyways, back to what you were doing. So you got warp time off, so now
Yes,
Morty gets to move again. So where's Morty moving?
So 12, yeah, that should put him just...
So right on the edge of that chaos line, basically. There we go.
He's there.
So Morty's now there with 9, which isn't bracketed, by the way. Apparently he brackets at 8, so he's still good.
Yeah.
So what else? What's next?
Well, let's go on to Mortarion, I guess. He's going to do Miasma of Pestilence on himself, so I need to get a 6.
Okay.
Got a 6, so he's now -1 to hit.
Okay, well, not yet. I get to try to deny you. And here's where you messed up. For people that are watching, Mortarion should have stayed back out of denial range when he went to go do his buff. But now that he's in range, Magnus gets to try to deny. So you do have a 10 though, which means I need at least a 9 to deny you because I get a +2. And that denies. So there is no -1.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Let's try to do Gift of Contagion on the first group of puppers.
So he's trying to contaminate the dogs.
Yeah.
Alright, so what do you need?
I need a 7.
Okay. And we get...
There's a 7.
Yeah, that's an 8. So Magnus is going to try to deny again. Magnus needs a 7 to deny. And Magnus got a 7 to deny. The reason, again, he only needs a 7 is because Magnus has a +2, so that 7 becomes a 9.
So that's it for Psychic phase.
Okay, so we're moving on to the end of your turn?
Oh, I got a little bit of shooting.
Oh, okay, okay.
Mortarion is gonna shoot with his lantern at... Well, hold on, let me see first. I'm gonna shoot the second unit of dogs in.
Okay.
It's pistol 1, and he hits on a 2.
So don't you have to pick a specific model because you draw a line through them? So the best bet you can do without even drawing the line, but just looking at it, you'll hit 2 dogs. It's basically all I can see is because you'll have your line go like this and it'll cut through 1 dog. And that's it. Or 1 and 2. So you got 2 dogs that you'll hit with your lantern.
Okay, so he's gonna just shoot this guy then.
Okay, so the first dog, it hits.
Yep. And it is strength 8. So I'm wounding you on a 2. And that's a wound.
So dog has a 5-up demon save. And he makes it.
And for these guys, I don't have to roll a hit, I just have to roll a wound.
Oh.
So, 2 regardless.
So then you got another wound. So I have a 5-up doggy save. So how much damage does it do?
3 damage.
Well, I guess the second dog just got shot in the face.
Yeah.
Bloop. He dead.
And then Lassie over here, she's gonna shoot at this halberd. That one right here.
Yep, okay. Sounds good.
So last cannons first, I guess.
So you didn't move, right?
Correct.
But you are hitting on 4s because of Alpha Legion.
And then the auto cannon, which is 2d3 shots.
So you got 3 shots.
That sucks.
Hitting on 4s.
Come on.
That's unfortunate.
That's so bad. Shooting's done.
Shooting is over. So assault phase. Nothing is in range with the death. Oh, I just lied.
Yeah.
I forgot about the most bravest man on earth. The Lord of Contagion is going to try to charge the dogs. Hey, wait, why are you rolling? I have Overwatch. I'm just kidding. Dogs don't have Overwatch. Charge.
Shoot me.
They're going to bark at you. Hey, he made it in.
There we go. Time to mulch these dogs.
Alright, so now moving into the fight phase for Death Guard. Alright, so we have the Lord of Contagion attacking these 4 dogs.
Alright, so 4 attacks hitting on 2s. They all hit.
Okay.
And it is strength 7, so wounding on 3s.
That is correct.
You got 2 wounds. I'm gonna command point one of these.
Are you sure? Okay,
Yeah,
so you
3
got 3. I got 3 5-up demon saves. And I make 1. So how much damage is this weapon?
D3.
Alright, so let's see if you kill the first dog. You kill the first dog. Let's see if you kill the second dog. You kill the second dog. So 2 dogs. I guess this one died, and I guess this one died. So now the dogs are going to pile in, and they will attack back. So the Khorne Fleshhounds have a rule called Unstoppable Ferocity, which means when they charge, get charged, or are in a heroic intervention, they get a +1 to their attack and a +1 to the strength. So these dogs now have 3 attacks each, giving me 6 attacks. They hit on 3s. They're within 6 inches of the Demon Prince, so they re-roll 1s. Okay, that definitely was helpful. And then they're strength 5, and I'm assuming this guy is toughness 4?
Toughness 5.
Toughness 5, so wounding on 4s then. Not a single one. Then going into the morale phase, the dogs lost 3, so on a 6, a dog is going to run. Nope, the dogs are staying. And that's going to be the end of Death Guard turn 1. So here's my booklet where I'm keeping score. And I should have, at the beginning of the video, posted the missions that we had. So for me, I have Kingslayer. So for every 3 damage I do to Mortarion, I get a point. So I did 9 damage to him, meaning I get 3 points. Old School. I did not kill anything in the first turn, so I do not get anything for that. Headhunter. I did not kill any characters. I don't get anything for that. I don't get a kill. I don't get an objective. I don't get bonus because I didn't kill anything and I'm not holding the only objective I'm near. As for Ryan, he did not kill anything. He is on an objective though. So Ryan gets a point for the objective. He's not on all 4 objectives. Kingslayer, he didn't touch Magnus. He didn't kill 3 units this turn, and he didn't even kill a unit this turn. So Ryan gets nothing. So at the end of turn 1, it looks like it is 3-1 in the Chaos Soup favor. So going into Chaos Soup or Alpha Legion or Chaos Demons or however you want to look at this, or just Chaos, turn 2. So this is Chaos after the movement phase. Magnus flew over these barrels and is now extremely close to the 9-wound Mortarion. The Helldrake flew up and looks like he's ready to take a bite out of Mortarion. These cultists advance to make sure that they get up on the objective and just to get out in front. These cultists out back moved 6 inches up, but they did not advance in case I need the chip damage for Mortarion, because they all are in range to shoot him, and I know that it's very unlikely they actually wound him, but just in case I need it, I want those shots. As for the dogs, all of the dogs, the 3, there was 3 in combat with the Lord of Contagion, but I forgot about it, and one of the dogs was chilling up there. But we rectified it. The dog is now down there. He's not going to get his attacks because I forgot about them. So the rest of the dogs are surrounding him, and the Khorne Demon Prince is stepping up to the challenge to fight the Lord of Contagion. Then we still have the gun line sitting in the back, all the Hellbrutes with the Sorcerer and the Chaos Lord, nestled tightly between all of them. So now we are moving into Chaos's Psychic phase. We're going to activate Prescience from that Sorcerer onto that Hellbrute. So I need a 7. And I got a 7. Would you like to try to deny?
Yeah.
So Mortarion's going to try to deny. And you got a 6. He does not deny. Would you like to spend a command point? You should be at... How many are you at left?
I'm at 4.
So you're at 4 left, and I'm also at 4. We started with 7, by the way.
Do I really want to stop that? Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so he's going to try to stop Prescience.
No.
And he does not stop Prescience. Moving on, we're then going to do Delightful Agonies on the same Hellbrute. And it goes off. So now that Hellbrute has a 5-up Feel No Pain. Oh, he also... Would you like to deny that as well?
Nah.
How many denies does Mortarion have?
He has 3.
Okay. So those are the 2 spells that are done on that. Then we're going to have Magnus, and Magnus is going to give himself the 3-up Invulnerable save. And it goes off on a 10. Would you like to try to deny that?
Yeah, let's try it.
Okay.
With Mortarion.
Mortarion? Okay.
Oh, no.
You do not deny it.
Definitely
So Magnus does have his +1 Invulnerable save now. Then the next thing Magnus is going to do is he's going to cast Warp Time. So this would be a 7, but a 7 is very easily denied. So I am going to command reroll this 1 because I really need this Warp Time to go off. There we go. So now it's a 12. You cannot even deny it.
Darn.
And that's where Magnus ends up. This is going to be a battle of epic proportions, and probably the battle most of you clicked on this video to see. We also have one more spell to cast from Magnus, and it's going to be Death Hex. Death Hex cancels Mortarion's Invulnerable save if it goes off.
Roll low.
So Magnus, it's an 8, Warp Charge 8, but again Magnus has a +2, so I only need a 6 to get this off. And I got a 5.
Thank Jesus.
Does not go off. In hindsight, I probably should have just smited, but then again, if I did smite and that was it, let's see if you deny it. Just because I like doing this and seeing what would have happened. You would have denied my smite anyways, so it's all good. I feel better about my decisions. So that should be the Psychic phase, because he cast everything on that guy, and Magnus then moved up to smack him. So let's do some Schusten now. I am again going to spend 1 command point to have the Prescienced Hellbrute fire twice into Mortarion. So this might be robbing you guys if it does kill Mortarion before Magnus gets in there. But I'd rather not take the chance of Mortarion passing all of his saves and then killing Magnus. So I'm taking the safe route. So because Mortarion's the closest, I'm going to spend 1 command point, putting me at 3, and I'm going to fire all of these last cannons hitting on 2s because of prescience into Mortarion. And I re-roll my 1s. Don't need to, everything hit. Then I wound Mortarion on 3s. Oh, he needed that. So 4 of them fail, that's so bad. So you have 2 4-up saves again. So you fail 1. Would you like to command point that?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so you're going to be down to 2 command points.
Oh,
and you still fail. That's unfortunate. So we have 1d6 going into Mortarion. And it's a 2. But I'm going to command reroll that. Because I really want this damage to... Actually, no, I'm not going to. It's just 2 damage. It's fine. I have more last cannons.
Discussing a resilient. No.
Failed them both. So you're down to 7 wounds.
Number of nerve.
So Mortarion now sitting at 7 wounds after taking 4 last cannons and 2 missile launchers from the first Hellbrute. Moving on, we're going to have the next Hellbrute try to shoot at Mortarion. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. So of course the 1 re-rolls into a 1, needing 3s again. Nothing. This is unfortunate so far. Then we're going to have the third Hellbrute take a shot into Mortarion. He's going to hit on 3s. He's then going to wound on 3s. So Mortarion has 1 4-up save. Which he fails. D6 damage. 1. Now I'm going to spend my command reroll. For a big 2.
A lot better.
So now I'm at 3 points, and you have 2 disgustingly resilient. Fail them both again, you're down to 5. So Mortarion is now at 5 wounds. He's getting close. We're then going to fire the last Hellbrute into him, hoping for the best. So hitting him on 3s, re-rolling 1s. So all of them hit. Now we will be wounding Mortarion on 3s because the last cannons are strength 9 and the missile launcher is strength 8. So we have 2 4-up saves needed again for Mortarion. He fails both. This is just bad rolling, man. I apologize. I feel bad now. To be honest, I don't. Here's the damage. And you have 7 disgustingly resilience to take. You fail. Oh, and he looks like he's dead. You needed 1 more in there to keep him with 1 wound.
I can't spend any more command points.
Okay, so on a 4+, Mortarion explodes.
Come on, explode, buddy. Please. Darn.
He does not. You already used your command point, so nothing's going to happen. So Mortarion has been slain. So moving on, we still have the rest of our shooting phase. Cultists are no longer in range of anything, so they're not going to shoot. So I guess we're going to move over to the Hell Turkey, and the Hell Turkey is going to... So the Hell Turkey is equal distance from that bloat drone and that character. So I'm going to flame the crap out of that character. So the Helldrake has a Bale Flamer. So this is auto hits. The Bale Flamer is 18-inch range, by the way. So if you're wondering why I can shoot that far, it's because it's 18-inch. So 4 auto hits. It's strength 6, assuming that your sorcerer is either toughness 4 or 5. We're going to go on 3s. So you have 3 -2s. So 5 ups. And he takes 6 damage.
That will kill him.
Sorcerer got flamed to death by the Hell Turkey. And it looks like that's going to be all for the shooting phase for Chaos. So now we're going to move into the assault phase. Just because... What's the range on your flamer on that thing?
9 inches.
Am I within 9 inches of you, good sir?
Nope, you are out.
So I would probably have a 10-inch charge. So I'm going to declare a charge against that thing and the spawn. Just for... If the spawn's within 12 inches, then yes, I'm declaring the charge. So let's see if I get at least a 9 or a 10. And I got a 9. Let's measure. So Magnus does happen to get in because he was 10 inches away. He does not get in with the spawn, though. He could pile into the spawn, but we'll see. So he's in with the fetid bloat drone, foated bloat, whatever the hell that thing is. Then the Hell Turkey probably is out of range. So I'm not even going to declare a charge against the floated bloat drone. We're just going to leave the Hell Turkey right there. So now at least you guys get to see Magnus do some damage. Alright, so Magnus at full strength has 7 attacks. He hits on 2s and re-rolls 1s. So they all hit. Then he's strength 14 with his sword. So he wounds pretty much everything in the game. No, he's strength 16 with his sword. So he wounds pretty much everything in the game on 2s. So you have 1, 2, 3, 7 demon saves, good sir.
Alright, demon saves coming up. Oh,
You didn't make a single one. Yeah, so you failed everything. Yeah. So you do have disgustingly resilient on that guy, right? So each one of those is 3 damage. So roll that 3 times. And see how many you save. Yes, because again, all of those are 3 damage, so just roll it 3 times.
5 ups.
So you save 2, and you take 5.
Yep.
Then again.
I just need 5 more to go through, and he's dead. Okay,
so you only take 2, so you've taken 7 so far.
Yep. So
and then the last volley.
He's dead.
And he's dead. And I'm pretty sure he blows up on a 4+, isn't that correct?
He does indeed.
Well, he does blow up, so it's 1 mortal wound, I'm pretty sure, to everything that's not Nurgle within 7 inches.
Yeah.
So Magnus has a 6 up, feel no pain to take then. And he fails it. So Magnus is now going to be at 17 wounds. Magnus is now at 17 wounds. Because we're playing as if this is a competitive game, and I happened to get ahead of myself because I was so excited to kill Mortarion, I forgot to charge all of this stuff into that guy. So that was a big boo-boo on my part. So I'm gonna take it as it is. There's no takebacks. I already went out of sequence, and we are practicing for a tournament. So I'm gonna live with it, and it's gonna sting, and I'm gonna try to not let it happen again. So moving on to this, the dogs will then be my first activation. So my dogs get 2 attacks each, so 6 attacks. They hit on 3s, and they reroll 1s because of the Demon Prince. Okay, a 1 always rerolls into a 1. And then we wound on 5s, I believe. So we have 2 at -1.
So 3 ups.
So you take a damage.
Okay. And then disgustingly resilient.
Okay, so 5 up. Nope, so you still take a damage. So the Lord of Contagion is now down 5 wounds, and he gets to then attack. So this is going to be devastating, because if he kills those dogs, I can see him charging my Demon Prince next turn and getting some real big damage done. So this was a huge mistake on my part. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite me by the end of the game. So his attacks.
Hitting on 2s and rerolling 1s because it's a plague weapon.
So they all hit, and then you should be wounding on 3s.
Strength 7, wounding on 3s.
So you got 3.
I'll live with that.
Okay, so 3 5-up demon saves. Failed them all.
That's 3 dead puppers.
Well, it's D3 damage, right? So roll.
First one, dead.
Is dead dog. Next one, dead dog. Last one, I need you to roll a 1 or a 2 here. Dead. Nope, so he killed all 3. So would you like to pile him into my Demon Prince?
No.
Why not? Just do it.
Because then your Demon Prince will be able to attack.
Just do it.
Here, I'll do this.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, so then that will be the end of my unfortunate turn. Well, not that unfortunate. I still killed Mortarion. I still killed one. I still think we're in a good spot. We'd just be in a better spot if I didn't make such a big mistake over here. So, with that said, let's go on to Death Guard turn 2 and see if they can stay in this game. So we have the end of the Death Guard's movement. So tell us where everybody moved. I think we had these Poxwalkers just moved up a little bit, right?
Yep, this whole thing kind of moved up.
Okay, nobody advanced, so they can all charge Magnus if need be, right?
Yeah, Chaos Spawn just kind of moved around to this side of Magnus.
Demon Prince flew over there.
Yep, Herald of Nurgle came out.
Okay.
Smite.
Little counts as Herald of Nurgle.
Plague Marines moved up so they can get in rapid fire of the Heldrick.
Oh, I see what you're doing here.
Yeah. And then lastly, Lord of Contagion. I moved him around to the Demon Prince so that I can charge the Demon Prince, kill him, and then be a little bit closer to the Chaos Lord and the Dreadnoughts.
I see. And then also the Predator, I'm pretty sure just stood still, correct?
Yeah. Because
it's in range of basically this guy and that, and still one of the Hellbrutes. So moving into Psychic phase.
Alright, Herald is going to smite Magnus.
Okay.
And it goes off.
On a... Oh, I can't see. You gotta use the other dice, man. Like, we'll keep that roll, but use the other dice. 10. So that's a 10? Okay. So Magnus is going to try to deny needing a 9, because again, he gets +2. So it does not... I'm not going to re-roll either.
So D3 damage. 2.
So 2. So I get 2, 6 up, feel no pains. And I stop 1, so I take 1 damage. Magnus is now down to 16.
Demon Prince is going to do Blades of Putrefaction on himself. So I need a 5 to get that off. And it goes off. With a 7.
How many more spells do you have to cast?
That's it. Last one.
Okay, I'm going to try Deny. Needing a 6. I got it with a 7. Moving on to shooting. What are we shooting at today?
Alright, so I will start with Lassie. She's going to put everything into Magnus.
Okay, so she's shooting right across here into the wings of Magnus.
Yeah, so last cannons. So 1 hit.
Okay.
1
1
wound.
wound. I have a 3 up, re-rolling 1s. I'm okay. Auto cannon?
2d3 shots.
So you have 5 shots. Hitting on 3s.
So 3 hits.
Strength.
Strength 7.
So wounding on 4s.
3 wounds.
3 up invulnerable, re-rolling 1s. And we're good. This is where Magnus is strong, is once he gets his 3 up off, you need to either try to kill him with psychic powers, which isn't very easy because he denies most psychic powers very easily. So then you want Weight of Fire, which this army doesn't really have. You have Weight of Attacks if you do charge him, so you might chip him down that way, especially with the Demon Prince and stuff. But we'll have to wait and see.
Plague Marines are just going to put everything into the Helldrake.
Okay.
So,
And they should be all within 18. I'll double check in a second, but if they're within 18, because of their Legion trait, they get rapid fire at 18 inches, which is pretty ridiculous. Okay, so we're going to start with the 3 plasma guns going into the Helldrake. Are you overcharging?
I am overcharging because I've got a Chaos Lord.
So we're looking for a bunch of 1s here. Well, we got 2.
Rerolling the 1s because the Chaos Lord.
So 1 guy still dies.
Disgusting and resilient.
Okay.
Nope, no.
Oh, he lives! Nice.
So I got 4 hits altogether.
Okay.
Wounding you on 3s.
Yep, because strength 8. So you got 2.
2 hits. I'm gonna command point 1.
Okay.
Probably a dumb idea. There we go.
So you got 3 wounds. So, by the way, this wasn't the most optimal idea. Well, the reason that wasn't a smart decision is because, not trying to talk shit or anything, but just trying to teach the viewers, because that's what most of the viewers come to my channel for, is for learning. Using that reroll, you're not going to kill my hell. Even if I fail all 3 of these, you're only going to do 6 damage, which sure, we'll bracket it. But that's it. You're not charging it with anything else. You're not shooting anything else at it. So it's still going to get to do what it wants to next turn. So you should have saved that command point for something more important. That's my opinion. Like, because also this is, it's subjective what's good for using your command points on. So some people might think that was a good roll, but in my honest opinion, I would have saved it for something more important. But, yeah, so I have my 3 5-up saves, because now watch, if I get lucky, I might just stop everything. So I stop at least 1, so 2 go through, so that's 4 damage on my Hell Turkey, so I'm not even bracketed. So the Helldrake is now on 8 wounds. So continuing in the shooting phase, we have anything else still?
Yep. Bolters from that same Plague Marine squad.
Okay, so here's the bolters, hitting on 3s. So you miss 2, then you wound on 5s.
1
Got 1. I have a 3-up armor save on the Helldrake, which I make. Any other shooting?
That's it for shooting.
Alright, so we're moving into the close combat. So what's charging what?
Alright, so first we shall start with the Chaos Spawn into Magnus.
Okay, Magnus has no Overwatch.
Oh, he's in.
He's in. What next?
Demon Prince into Magnus.
Okay. He's in. And I'm assuming the Herald
actually, this guy's gonna, because he flies, he's gonna be like right here.
Okay, so we're gonna have Wobbly Model Syndrome, where the Demon Prince is gonna be sitting right here where my finger is. So we're just gonna put him out behind, but he is in base contact, sitting on top of the Buddha within an inch. Anybody else?
Poxwalker squad here.
They're gonna attempt to charge.
They
got more than enough to try to surround him.
Let's see how far I can get. Oh,
Moving, or after charging, the 1 squad of cultists ends there. So now I'm assuming the next squad of cultists is gonna charge?
Poxwalker. Same thing.
Oh no! So they fail.
I need to get them in, so I'm gonna re-roll one of these.
Okay. And they still probably fail. Oh wait, nope. They should get a couple in.
A little bit, not as much as I wanted.
Well, with your pile in, you should get a few more, but yeah, you're not going to get all your attacks, most likely. So after the charge, that's where all the cultists ends up. They have to conga line because not all of them can get into close combat. They will pile in, but for now, that's it.
Lord of Contagion to Demon Prince.
So I have Overwatch on the Demon Prince. I will fire my Warp Bolter. I will re-roll my 1. And of course, it re-rolls into a 1. So here's your charge, which you can't really fail. Oh, you're still in. Bump.
We're going to start with the Demon Prince.
Okay, so Demon Prince going first. He's got 4 base attacks.
Yeah.
Then he has 3 more for 2 claws. So he should have 7 attacks.
Correct. So hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s. Re-rolling 1. So they all hit.
And then he's strength 7, so wounding on 4s.
Got
3?
3 wounds.
So we have 3 up invulnerables, re-rolling 1s. And we're fine.
Okay.
And now, with that done, I am going to spend 2 command points to have my Demon Prince smack your Lord of Contagion in the face. So this Demon Prince is Khorne. So he has 4 base attacks. He then gets 1 more because he trades out his psychic powers for 1 extra attack. He then has 2 claws, so he gets an extra 3 attacks. He also, because he's the Chaos Demon Prince, he also has the Unrelenting Ferocity, or whatever it's called, the Khorne Demon rule, which gives him an extra attack and +1 strength when he's charged, or charges, or heroically intervened on. Meaning this Demon Prince has 9 attacks. He will hit the Lord of Contagion on 2s, and he will re-roll the 1s. So we have all of them hit. This Demon Prince is strength 8 when he charges, gets charged, or heroically intervened on, meaning he's wounding on 3s. Because you're toughness 5 on him, correct? So we have a decent amount of 1s in there. So he has a 4-up. Your guy has a 4-up save, right?
Indeed.
I really don't want to spend a point on this because I think you might live anyways. And you have 5 wounds left. Mm-hmm. Just because I really need that guy dead, I'm going to use my final command point. And it fails anyways. So I'm out of command points and you have 5 4-up saves. So I need you to fail at least 3 of these, please. You failed 2. So that's 4 damage.
Disgustingly resilient.
Yep. So you take 3 damage.
So he's down to 2.
I was hoping that would go more in my favor, because if I did kill that Lord of Contagion, then that Demon Prince is going to be pretty well off. But it's a dice game. Sometimes the dice don't always go in your favor. So moving on to the rest of the charging units, because now I have no points to do anything, and it's all up to you now.
Let's go with the Chaos Spawn. So D3 for a special little thing.
That's cocked.
That's cocked, yeah.
So it's a 3.
Which is going to be reroll wounds.
Well, that's very nice against Magnus. So how many attacks?
D6 attacks.
2 attacks. So he's hitting on 4s. And then wounding on 5s, re-rolling. And he gets a wound. We have a 3-up, re-rolling 1s. Oh, so it goes through with a 6-up, feel no pain. Nope. So I take a damage.
2 damage.
So I got another 6-up, feel no pain. So I take 2 damage. So Magnus is now at 14 damage after the spawn smacked him in the face.
The group of 10 colored poxwalkers will go next.
Okay, so they probably have 10 attacks?
20. They have 2 attacks.
2 attacks base, okay.
And, yeah, hitting on 5s. They suck. Okay. 3 hits.
Okay.
They are strength and toughness 3.
So one. No, they need 6s.
They need 6s, yeah.
So nothing.
Okay.
Moving on to the next unit of Poxwalkers.
Yeah, I'll have to pile them in. Okay.
So 4 from this unit, the very big unit that's conga lining, only 4 of them are actually in range to attack Magnus. So that will be 8 attacks.
And because they're a squad of more than 10 units, they get a +1 to hit, so hitting on 4s.
Okay.
Okay, that's better.
Much better, but you still need 6s, so.
Yeah. Hey, we got
1, 3 up, re-rolling 1s. I'm okay. And I believe that's all of your attacks, correct?
That's all my attacks. Nope. I got
oh wait, you still have. I keep always forgetting about this guy. Okay, so he has 4 attacks, hitting on 2s.
I'll hit.
And then wounding on strength 7, right?
Yeah.
So on 3s.
Come on, any day now. Jeez, come on.
So it looks like 3 wounds.
I'll spend my last command point.
Okay.
Why not? There we go.
So he's got 4 wounds. I have 5 up demon saves on this. I need to make preferably 2 of these. And I make 2 of them. So 2d3 on the demon prince. So 4.
Okay.
So the demon prince lives. Demon prince is now sitting at 4 wounds. And they're just nestled up nice and cozy to each other. I now have Magnus to attack. Magnus is going to attack your demon prince. So Magnus has 7 attacks. He will hit on 2s and reroll 1s. He will then wound on 2s because he's strength 16. So you have 5 5-up demon saves.
Okay, here we go.
So you made 2.
Yep, and on a 4-up, for each of those you take a mortal wound because of the soup riding plate relic.
Oh.
So 1 mortal wound on Magnus.
So I got a 6-up, feel no pain. Nope, so I'm down to 13.
Alright. Give me a lot of 5s, please. Nope, 4s because of his warlord trait. Gives him +1 to his disgusting resilient.
Okay.
So he takes 1, 2, 3 wounds.
Alright, and so after that, the demon prince, who again, remember, is wobbly model, like right there on the edge of Buddha, he's at 5 wounds left. And so that, I believe, is going to be the end of your turn, correct?
Indeed.
So I don't think there's any morale to be taken because you failed to kill anything this turn. Unfortunately. It's not looking too good for the Death Guard. It's actually looking very grim. Round scoring. I killed 3 things because I killed Mortarion, the Blow Drone, and his Chaos Sorcerer, which means I did kill more than him, so I get a bonus point for that. I am on 1 objective. I do not hold more than him, so I don't get a bonus for that. I don't get the bonus for the mission because I'm not on all 4 objectives. Kingslayer, I now have maxed out because your secondaries you can only get 4 points each for. So I have 4 for Kingslayer. Headhunter, I got 2 because I killed Mortarion and the Sorcerer. Old School, I did not get... Oh, no, your Warlord is your Demon Prince, correct?
Correct.
So I did not get Slay the Warlord for Old School. Then for Ryan, you did not kill anything. You are on an objective, though. And then for Kingslayer, you did do 5 damage to Magnus, so you get 1 point, because it's 1 point for every 3, so he needs to do 1 more tick in order to get that last one. Reaper, you did not kill 3 things in this 1 turn. In Old School, you did not slay the Warlord or get First Blood or anything like that. So it looks like it is 9-3 in the Chaos Alpha Legion favor. So now, going into Alpha Legion or Chaos Soup, turn 3. So we are back after Alpha Legion or Chaos Soup's movement phase in turn 3. So Magnus stood still in this huge cluster of everything Nurgle. These dogs moved up to try to come help Magnus. The Demon Prince is still in combat with the Lord of Contagion, sorry about the shadows. And these dogs are there just to help their buddy, just in case. Then we also have Sorcerer stayed still, rest of this gun line stayed still, and all of these cultists advanced up the board since nothing was really in range, or what was in range was only like 2 shots, so it was better to get closer to try to start jumping on objectives and actually dealing with this side of the board. Like I said in turn 1, the idea was stay far back for the first turn or 2, make sure that the big threats like Mortarion were taken care of, because I outranged him with most of my weapons. And now that I've chipped him away enough, I get to move up the board and start doing some real damage. So, we're going to start with some Psychic. We're going to go over here. We're going to have our Sorcerer cast Prescience onto that 1 Hellbrute. So I need a 7. And I get a 7. It goes off. He's then going to cast Delightful Agonies on the 1 Hellbrute that is the only Hellbrute that's in range of the Predator. And it perils. So I'm going to keep it because I have no command points. And he takes D3, well, 3 mortal wounds. So my Sorcerer is now down to 1 unfortunate wound left. Alright, so now we're going to go over here and go to Magnus. So Magnus, first and foremost, is going to cast his 3-up invulnerable save. It goes off on a 10. Would you like to try to deny?
Yeah, with my Demon Prince.
Okay,
Nope.
and it does not deny. So Magnus is back to his 3-up invulnerable save, re-rolling 1s. The next spell he's going to do is going to be Smite, and it's going to be on the Demon Prince. Since remember, the Demon Prince is in base contact right on the edge of Buddha there, but because of Wobbly Model, they put it over there. So Magnus is going to attempt to Smite. So I'm hoping for 10 or more here. And I got a 5, so that counts as a 7, so you can try to deny it.
With the Herald.
And you deny. So the final spell Magnus is going to do is going to be Death Hex, and it's going to be on the Demon Prince. And it goes off on a 9. And I don't think you have any more denials, right?
I do not.
So the Demon Prince no longer has a demon save. Alright, so now with the Psychic phase over, we're going to move into the Shoosting phase. So we're going to have the Hell Turkey over here is going to flame those, I keep forgetting what the Death Guard Marines are called. Plague Marines. He's going to toast the Plague Marines with his bale. So we get D6 auto hits for 5. It's strength 6, so it wounds these Death Guard guys on 3s. So we have 4 wounds at -2, so you have 4 5-up saves. So 2 go through, and it's 2 damage each, so you're going to need to take 2 Disgustingly Resilience for each guy. So first guy's dead, next guy is dead. Hellbrute number 1, the one that's prescienced, is going to fire everything into that same squad. And the reason being, I know that last cannons and missile launchers are anti-tank, but if you take a look here, how many tanks are right there? There's not really anything. Sure, there's this thing over here, the Lassie as Ryan likes to call her, but that Helldrake is going to tie it up in close combat, meaning I don't really need to wound it because it's not going to be shooting after this turn anyways. As long as it doesn't die in Overwatch to the last cannon, so it should be extremely unfortunate. But because of that, I'm just going to bank on the fact that the Helldrake is going to get into combat, and I'm going to shoot everything at these Marines to kill them because they're the next biggest target priority. The next one would be the Demon Prince, but even if I moved Magnus out of combat, the Demon Prince would be hidden by the fat Buddha guy. So I wouldn't be able to shoot at him either, plus there's closer models. So, next best thing, shooting at the Plague Marines. So first Hellbrute, we're just going to do the big missile, so roll everything together, hitting on 3s. Or 2s, because this is a prescience one, re-rolling. So all of them hit. And then we wound on your toughness 5, right?
Correct.
So 3s. Hey, they all go through. So you got 1 5-up and 2 6-ups.
Okay, 5-up and 6-ups.
Okay, so first guy takes 2. So he has 2 Disgustingly Resilience. He dies. Next guy takes 6. So you have 6 Disgustingly Resilience. 6 5-ups. No, he's so dead. The next Hellbrute, firing downrange into the Plague Marines again. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. So 2, wounding on 3s. Got 1 wound, which is a -2, so 5-up. Failed, so how much damage? 5. 5 Disgustingly Resilient saves, good sir. He did. So now we have the third Hellbrute. And this is why in my video when I talk about why I take more anti-tank than anti-infantry is because of this. I get to blow up infantry with my anti-tank. So I hit all 3. Now I wound on 3s. 3 wounds. You have 1 5-up and 2 6-ups.
5-up, 6-ups.
So D6 on the first guy. 2 5-ups again. He's dead. Next guy got 1. He lives! So I only killed 1. So now there's only 3 left, and I have... Oh, because yeah, that's a Chaos Lord that's behind them. Forgot about that. So I believe I only have 1 more Hellbrute left to shoot. So I hit you on 3s, all hit, and then I wound you on 3s. Oh, just 1. 1 6-up save. Nope, and then D6. 1, you have a 5-up.
Oh,
no, so he kills him. So the squad's down to
just
one guy left trying to protect the Chaos Lord. Right, and then all of those guys advanced so they can't shoot. The dogs don't have guns. Magnus doesn't have a gun, plus he's in combat. Demon Prince doesn't have a gun, but he's also in combat. So now we're going to do close combat. And we're not gonna charge anything. Wait, you don't have any points to do stuff. So we're gonna charge a bunch of stuff. These dogs are gonna declare a charge. I'm not even gonna roll for it because they're gonna be auto in. You know what, just for the sake of it. Hey look, they're in. That's cocked. Hey look, they're in. There we go. Then we're gonna have the Hell Turkey charging Lassie.
Alright, so combi bolter. Nothing. Last cannons. Nothing.
No.
And then 2d3 for the auto cannon.
So 4?
So 4 shots.
Oh, you got 2 in there. And it's strength 6, so on 5s. 1.
There's 1.
5 up. Nope.
3 damage.
Flat 3 damage?
Yeah.
The Helldrake, after being shot at, is now on 7 wounds. The Helldrake charge. Well, just with that 4 it's in. There's a 6. So, come back there, because I don't want that Chaos Lord being too close to me. So, we're right there. And I believe that's it for charges. Actually, no. These dogs are going to attempt to charge that spawn way over there. So we're hoping for probably an 11 or 12. And that's definitely not going to do it. So moving into the fight phase. So the dogs have 12 attacks because they each get +1 because they charge this turn. So they hit on 3s and they reroll 1s because of the Khorne Demon Prince that is right beside them. And then they're strength 5, so they wound this guy on 4s because he's toughness 5, correct?
Correct.
That is bad rolling. So you have 3 4-up saves.
It's
Oh no, because he's a 2-up because he's a Terminator, right? So 3 3-ups. So you make them all.
He's good.
We're then going to go to the Hell Turkey, who has 4 attacks. And I'm still not bracketed yet, so I hit on 3s. They all hit, or 3 hits. And then I'm strength 7. So 4s. 2 wounds at -1.
And they
So
both go through.
Take 2 damage each, so 4 damage. Okay, so the Predator's down to 7 wounds. Then for our first activation, because I really, really, really want to, the Demon Prince is going to seek revenge on the guy that is terrorizing my lines. So now, moving on to the Khorne Demon Prince attacking the Lord of Contagion. So the Khorne Demon Prince has 4 attacks. He trades his psychic powers for an extra attack and gets 3 from the claws. He doesn't get an extra attack because of his special rule because he was not charged or charged somebody this turn. He's already been in combat. So we have, I believe, 8 attacks, hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s. So we're going to re-roll these couple 1s here. And so they all hit. And then he's only strength 7 now because, again, he didn't charge or get charged, so he doesn't get that extra strength from the Khorne rule. So now he's going to wound on 3s. So you have 7 -2s, so 7 4-up saves.
Okay, let's do this.
And I believe you're dead.
Not bad. Killed 4 and they're 2 damage apiece, right?
Yep, so you have 8 disgustingly resilience. Also try to do it right here because... And I believe he's dead.
He's dead. Does he explode? No.
Does he actually explode?
No,
I don't think so. So the Lord of Contagion is dead. So moving on, we only have Magnus left to, or wait, you get to attack next because I activated my Demon Prince and now you're going to activate your Demon Prince.
Indeed.
So the one just over there, you can see I'm just above Magnus. He's going to swing at Magnus. He's got 7 attacks. He hits on 2s. And then he, so those are all hits because you reroll your 1. And then he's strength 7, so he wounds on 4s.
Ooh, no.
So just 2?
Just 2.
So Magnus has his 3-up, reroll them 1s. He's okay. So Magnus is going to swing back now with his 7 attacks. Yeah, because he's not bracketed yet. He hits on 2s.
On the Demon Prince, I'm assuming.
Yes, on the Demon Prince. And then he wounds on 2s. I should probably have divided these up, but you know what? I'm just going to kill that guy. Because, yeah, you don't have an invul save. I just remembered that.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at -4, so you don't even get a save.
Disgusting result.
You get, okay, so you get 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21 disgustingly resilient saves.
Okay, let's see if I have enough dice. There's 11.
Okay, so we're going to do 11 and then do 10 after, because he's probably just going to die to these anyways.
So 4 ups.
4 up, disgustingly resilience.
He's dead.
So he dies. Yeah. And the Demon Prince does not explode, so the Demon Prince is gone. Magnus did end up killing the Demon Prince. So now I believe it's Ryan is the only one left with anything in, so throw in the Poxwalkers.
I'll start with the Chaos Spawn.
Oh, Chaos Spawn, forgot about him. So his D3, he's got a 2.
2, so that is plus 1 attack. And then for number of attacks, no, sorry, it's plus 3 attacks, so 6 attacks altogether.
Okay.
Okay.
So he hits on 4s, and he wounds on 5s. So it looks like 1. 3 up, rerolling 1s. I'm okay.
Alright, so the Poxwalkers now. So we got 10 of them there. This one hitting on 5s. Okay.
And then wounding on 6s.
Hey, there's a wound.
3 up, rerolling 1s. I'm okay.
You're good. Alright, that's right. I gotta try pile these guys in somehow.
Yeah,
it's gonna take a while.
Try to get a couple more attacks.
Yeah.
Just counted it up, and with the pile-in move, he got 8 of the Poxwalkers in close combat range. So that means 16 attacks, since they have 2 each. So they hit on 5s.
Hit on 4s now because there's
more than 10. Yep.
Okay, not bad.
And then they wound on 6s. Because they're only strength 3 and toughness,
2 wounds.
And Magnus is toughness 7. So we have 2 3-ups, rerolling 1s.
Lastly, I've got my Pred.
Oh, and then the Predator that's stuck in combat with the Helldrake.
Nope.
You missed everything.
A lot of nothing. That's it.
So it looks like that's going to be the end of Chaos turn 3. And that will be the end for Chaos turn 3, or Alpha Legion turn 3, whatever you want to consider it. And so we would have to take a morale on those Plague Marines in the back, but Ryan has something else to say instead.
I think at this point I'm going to concede. There's just no possible way I can win this.
I would agree with you.
Or even do any sort of damage, I think.
Yeah, because those Poxwalkers are just kind of stuck there. They're going to pretty soon be advanced on by all the Khorne demons that are out of combat now, including that Demon Prince and some more dogs. All of these cultists on the next turn are going to pretty much get free reign to shoot into these guys if Magnus gets out of combat. And then also because the Predator is no longer going to be able to shoot because that Hell Turkey is just going to keep charging it, or the Hellbrutes in the back will shoot it if it does leave combat. So the only thing that can reliably kill Magnus is that Predator, and that thing's going to be useless for the rest of the game. So he's going to be stuck with most likely no Plague Marines because they're probably gone, or that one guy's probably gone. You'll have a Chaos Lord, some Poxwalkers, and a Spawn. That's his whole army. There's not much left, so even points-wise, he could try to, like in ITC, you're incentivized to try to get as many points as possible before you quit. But because the camera is dying with its battery, we're just going to call it here on top, because honestly, you guys could probably tell it's going to be an Alpha Legion victory. I'm already ahead on points, I'm already ahead on kills, and his army is whittled down to almost nothing. So we're going to call it here. So for those of you that are into watching stuff get destroyed, I'm sorry that we're not continuing, but yeah, that's the way she goes. We're just going to call it here. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the battle report. Normally we would do a post-game discussion, but again, camera going to die. So we're, I don't know, I'll give a little post-game discussion myself once I'm editing the video and stuff. But for now, that's going to be it. So we have an Alpha Legion victory over Death Guard. So hey guys, this is Brady going to give you a little post-game analysis. So as you guys saw, this game was pretty much a landslide victory for Alpha Legion. Sure, I did use some pretty good tactics in the beginning of the game that contributed to the landslide victory, but I feel the need to mention that the Death Guard army wasn't necessarily that competitive of a list. Both of the lists we used in this battle report are what I would call budget armies. They are the best we have right now, but both could definitely use some improvements. We both have much better lists planned out, but we just haven't had the time to paint everything yet since we both just recently added a bunch of new units over the holidays. And we also didn't want to use any unpainted models in the battle report because it just doesn't look right. so you guys can look forward to the next time these two armies face off being much stronger than they were in this game. But for this batrep, we made do with just what we had. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I was able to teach you something. Other than that, there isn't really much to say about the game. I had a good strategy that helped me whittle down the Death Guard before they could get in range to do anything, and the deployment really favored my army. If we had rolled a different deployment, such as Dawn of War, this game could be completely different and most likely not as one-sided. Well anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to hit the like button or subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you're already a subscriber but would still like to help the channel even more, you can support us through Patreon. Every pledge helps a lot more than you know, and always goes back into making great content for you guys by either buying codexes for reviews, or since the channel is now doing battle reports, we can use it to get better and more interesting terrain and mats to increase the quality of batreps. Well anyways, thanks again for watching guys, and I will see you in the next video. Happy wargaming!